Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're going to do another combo build for Tokyo Expressway. Using, for our first run, is going to be the Subaru BRZ S engine swap that we did. Engine swap with this car a couple days ago at Sardinia. If you guys want to check out that episode, there's that episode right there if you want to check it out on the top right of your screen. After we get done, talk about the Subaru build, we're going to switch gears and do the other swap for the new update. It's going to be the Nissan Fairlady C300. So, in this episode, I'm going to be showcasing how to get both cars, both builds, both swaps, how to get both engine swaps with the car, the parts you need from car customization, liveries, and most importantly, the build and the race guide. And hopefully at the end of this episode, this will help you get your first win at Tokyo Expressway. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. So for the Subaru BRZ S, it's going to be easily found at Brand Central. It's going to be the second car you see on the list for the Subaru manufacturer family. Very easy, affordable car to get. Now, the next step after you grab this car is of course going to be the engine swap. So as we head over to car customization, if you guys need to know, that collector level 50 where that blue arrow's putting at is, if you're level 50 you can buy engine swaps, which we're going to do here. Also, we're going to go ahead and add the wide body to this car as well. If you're curious what particular engine is based off from, is actually this car right here. And lovely engine, I'll go through it once we do the build. Here's the livery I'll be using for the car. If you want to go ahead and pause the episode and just copy the livery, you can. If you don't want the livery but you want the parts, here are the parts below. And like I said before, if you miss a step in the livery or car customization part, you're more welcome to pause the episode to go back. Make sure you have all the parts you need for this particular build. That way, whenever you get all your parts together, your car will be able to be within the range of that 600 point criteria whenever you do race at Tokyo Expressway. So after you get your livery and parts all together for the build, this particular engine swap is going to be that engine right there. If you want to go ahead and pause the episode, go to your garage and see if you have that engine. If you do see that engine that says compatible, click on it and say yes twice and you get yourself a free swap. For the build, nothing too crazy. We went ahead and changed the downforce and got ourselves a fully customized manual transmission with 400 tires. That's it for the first part. Second part of the build, just as simple. All we just basically add was the increased bi-directionality, and that's going to be it for the build. We didn't really do a whole lot to this car since it was already at that 600 point criteria for this particular car. So after you get your build all fixed up too, let's go ahead and jump into the race. Now this particular swap, it did decently well in Sardinia, but this engine performance with this car, it just really was able to do so smooth here at Tokyo Expressway 600. So if you would like to have this car at Tokyo Expressway 600 to race at, really a good pick overall. And if for some reason you can't get the feel of the car at this track and it just doesn't work out for you, the Le Mans 700 is going to be an incredible, awesome alternate for this car. But for the car stuff, if you're curious, the car does have a little bit of oversteer. As you just saw, we actually went to a little bit of a drift slide, but thankfully kept the car in one piece. So if you do drive, just make sure you expect to have a little bit of oversteer from the rear of the car. But despite that, other than that, the car is really good. Smooth handling, really good acceleration, great speed, and decently good feel as well. I'll be able to showcase you guys later on a step to really stretch out your fuel for this car. That way you can pit a bit later in the race. But as you can see, our progress to the front, we're lingering into the top 5 almost, as we'll get ourselves a good run on the GTR, put ourselves in the top 5, and now we can focus on, of course, the other cars in front of us. Making sure that you got that clean air is very important as well. So we're going to make an easy pass for the Impreza. Making a little bit of contact in this particular first lap of this race. Just trying to get to the front as soon as possible. And as you can see, we got both the RX-7 and the Impreza, or the Supra, in front of us. And we all know at this last corner that both cars will send themselves lunging to that hairpin. So as we're going to back off smartly, as you can see, the RX-7 just really badly cooks the corner. So does the Supra, but the RX-7 does kind of recover. We're going to get a little bit of a left tap almost from the Supra. Had a little bit of trouble trying to get the grip from the rear of the car, but thankfully after we actually found ourselves some grip, we're able to easily past the Supra P3, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a good run on the RX-7. And by the beginning of lap 2, we're going to go ahead and get P2 from the RX-7. So as we fast forward later in lap 2, we're going to find ourselves right at the catbird seat, right behind NSX. We're going to get a nice run. As you can see, we got ourselves a huge momentum. We're actually going to send it and force the NSX wide, let it hit the wall, and grab ourselves the lead. Fast forward now to our hot lap. It's going to be lap number 6. I really recommend you guys watch this hot lap, see what the car is doing, and judging by the laps average, the car does have some really good race pace overall. So I'll let you guys watch this clip, and then I'll see you guys when we get to our pit stop. Alright, so to begin our pit cycle, we're actually going to stay out one more extra lap, and we're going to pit on lap 8. We're going to go ahead and adjust our fuel map to number 3, and thankfully just by doing this, and since we didn't change any of our behavior, we're actually going to make it pit red. Sure, we might have coasted for a good solid second or two, but we did make it, which is great. All I'll be doing here is going to be refueling the car. The tires are still in good shape, and now I'm going to put the fuel right at 52 to 53%. That's what I recommend putting it at. Just give you a little bit of buffer from that little that little diamond icon. Come back on the track. We're going to go ahead and do a couple of solo time trial laps, and that's going to be it for our first run. So a very smooth run with this BRZ S swap at Tokyo Expressway with the Porsche 911 swap. So we're going to do ourselves a very solid 26:12 for our first run. 207.2 was our hot lap on lap 6, and that's going to be it for our first race. So a very effective, smooth build overall using the BRZ S21 at Tokyo Expressway. And as you guys can see, we got ourselves that sweet clearance bonus, and that's going to be it for race number 1. Moving on to race number 2, the important question is how to get the Fairlady C300 2-seater. Well, that is a good question, and unfortunately, it's one of those cars you have to wait for it to spawn at the used car dealership, and as we scroll down the list, unfortunately, there's nowhere to be in sight. So hopefully you do have the car in your garage. If not, unfortunately, you'll have to wait till it actually shows back up into the game. But if you do have the car, we're going to go ahead and keep going with our build. The next thing I'm going to be covering is, of course, a swap build. It's going to be using the LS7 Rampage. And just like before, just check and see if you do have that engine in your garage. And if you do, just go ahead and claim it for free. If not, just like before, if you are in fact level 50, you can go ahead and buy it just for 250,000 credits. And trust me, this is a very powerful engine to put into this car. After that, here is the livery I'll be using for this car. Just like before, just go ahead and pause the episode if you want to check the hashtags. And same thing goes for the particular build for the car customization menus as well. Just make sure you follow every single instruction very carefully in this next couple clips, and after you get everything together from car customization and with your livery, you should be able to be good to go for the last step, which is going to be our build for Tokyo Expressway 600. And just like before, this car will also be a great car to use for Le Mans 700 as well. So just like before, this actually is more of a complex build. You can see we got ourselves fully customized suspension differential. We went ahead and adjusted the downforce as well. We have adjusted the ECU and the power restrictor, added weight to the car, and moved it to the rear with manual transmission, and that's just going to be a lot. So if you did miss it, go ahead and rewatch it or pause it. Make sure you have everything right. Here's the second part of the list. Not as much. All I did here was add weight reduction stage 1 and 2. Increase pod rigidity, and that semi-racing muffler actually comes with the car, so that's actually a stocked. And that's going to be it for the build at Tokyo Expressway. So as we get ready for the track itself, I actually went ahead and fast forward to lap number 2. As you can see, we had ourselves a very good first opening lap in this race, and the car actually felt a bit more smoother and quicker than the BRZ, which actually surprised me. So we're going to get ourselves a nice run on the NSX and got ourselves a lead pretty quickly and pretty effortlessly too. And while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward again to our hot lap on lap 5, and you can see, just like with the BRZ, this car also has some really impressive speed pace as well. So I really encourage you guys to watch this hot lap, and I'll see you guys when we get to our pit stop. Alright, fast forward to the end of lap 8, and this car also has some really good fuel mileage as well. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves some new tires. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I could feel the rear tires actually losing grip at the end of that run. So I'm going to go ahead and get me a new set of tires, get ourselves some fuel. Same, just like it was last time, around 52% worth of fuel, 53, somewhere around that margin. And that's going to be it for our second run for Tokyo Expressway. But yeah, this car actually surprised me a little bit of how good the car actually felt and drove. It's going to be a 26.05 overall for our run. So this car, very, very quick, almost able to put the Alfa Romeo a lap down, and a little bit of a surprise right there. So 26.05 was our run. Very fast car indeed. Got ourselves the clearance bonus, and that's going to be it for the second build. Quick preview, it's going to be using one of the last final swaps for this new update. It's going to be using, I believe it's the Dia selection, Silvia, and trust me, this car is also very smooth and pretty quick as well, so I can't wait to show you guys this particular build. And after that, we're also going to be using a build that was actually requested in the comments in the last episode, which is going to be a returning favorite in a very unique wild car as well. It's going to be the Honda Beat. I've covered this car several times in my channel, so this is probably be the 5th time I covered it, but someone had a request for it, so there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, well, go ahead and leave a like. If you love to see some of my content later down the road, when I go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on that bell on for notifications too. If you want to check out the last episode, there it is right there. And if all that being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, or might be, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.